A preliminary report just released by the NTSB shows how rapidly the weather changed the day that a duck boat sank at Table Rock Lake, killing 17 people. The timeline is based on recordings recovered from the boat. KCTV5's Emily Sonovic is here with a closer look at that timeline. Emily?
Yeah, Brad, this is just a small part of a much larger investigation. The National Transportation Safety Board released a basic timeline of observations after they reviewed the video from on board the duck boat, where again 17 on board died when the boat sunk on Table Rock Lake. The Ride the Ducks amphibious vehicle had a total of 29 passengers on board and 2 crew members, saved from a digital recorder system on board. There were 5 angles of video recorded facing inside and outside the boat. The timeline begins at about 6:27 p.m. or 18:27 in military time, as the passengers and captain board the boat. At about 6:30, investigators note as passengers were loading, the captain made a verbal reference to looking at the weather radar prior to the trip. Nothing is noted, though, about what the captain saw, just that he did look at the radar before boarding. Also, it's noted the captain did give a safety briefing, including the location of the emergency exits and life jackets. At about 6:55 p.m., the boat entered the water. Then, about 5 minutes later, it's noted whitecaps rapidly appeared on the water and winds increased. 8 minutes later, the captain made a handheld radio call that is not intelligible at this point. Then they heard the sound of an alarm. Moments later, the video starts shorting out, and at 7:08, the cameras on the inside of the boat stopped recording. At that point, the boat was still on the surface of the water. Clearly, still many questions to be asked there. The NTSB did not release the video itself. And again, this does not mean the investigation is over. In fact, the NTSB notes this is just a preliminary release of data. It's not yet analyzed, and it could be corrected as the investigation proceeds. There's no timeline at this point on when that will happen. Brad.
All right, Emily, keep us updated. Unspeakable loss today at the funeral for 4 members of the family that lost 9 loved ones in that accident. The community of Indianapolis filled the church for the memorial service. Tia Coleman lost her husband and 3 children, Aria, Evan, and Reese, when the duck boat sank in the stormy weather. 5 other members of the Coleman family died in this tragedy. They will be laid to rest tomorrow.